And I know my limits. I know my limits.
When church opens up, go to the altar.
No.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
So we loaded up our first podcast today, and we are actually recording our second one. So this is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is nice. We got a different setup today, trying to be real content creators.
Yeah, it's different.
We're going to try a video situation. I make no promises. If it looks like trash, you're not going to see it. You're going to just hear our lovely voices over the mic. So let's do a check-in. How you feeling? And you can be honest.
Yeah, you want me to be honest? For real?
I mean, this is okay. Just to explain, One Couple to Creatives podcast. I'm not gonna be fake. Sometimes I might be a little filtered, but I'm not gonna be fake. So yeah, you should be honest. We're trying to give you guys just raw conversation of us sitting down and actually talking. We don't get to do this as often
as we should,
as we like, but with this, it's like actual topic and sit down and converse. So yes, Jordan, how are you feeling? And be honest.
Okay, I'll be honest. I feel I feel like there were some technical difficulties before starting up the podcast that kind of took out a lot of the air out of the excitement balloon, I guess.
Yeah. My balloon is flat.
I know. It's flat a lot.
It's not flat a lot, but if there are constant difficulties when we're supposed to be excited, yes, my balloon goes flat.
Flat balloon. But yeah, other than that, I feel okay. I feel good.
Okay.
How about you?
Well, since you called me a flat balloon, I'm a flat balloon. I was ready to go, and this just took forever. Like, it's not even like, okay, you know those situations where something goes wrong, but you can't blame anyone? Like, it's no one's fault? That's how I feel. It's like it's not Jordan's fault, but you were the captain of the ship. So I don't want to blame you for the waves.
So you're blaming me for the waves. Just say, I thought we were trying to be honest, right? We're being honest, right? Okay, do you blame me? Yes or no?
Not a real blame. But because because it's your job, I'll blame you. It's like when you're the boss and you have a sucky employee. Your program was the sucky employee, and you're the boss, so I blame you.
Can you be the sucky employee then?
No, I'm not in charge of the audio and computer stuff.
Man.
My new job is trying to be visual, so if that sucks, you can blame me. It shouldn't, though.
Okay. All right.
Okay, regardless, flat balloon and all. No, I was just ready to go, but I'll start to recharge as this goes on. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. You guys you'll feel it. You'll feel it.
Hopefully not all of it.
We were getting some really good feedback.
Yeah.
About our first episode, which made us feel nice and made us want to continue being ourselves. Less filtering and such. So, yeah, maybe this week, less giggles, but no promises.
Zero promises.
As I hold in the laughter. Y'all, seriously, even when I be annoyed, I still be laughing at Jordan. So maybe, I don't know. But then sometimes there's no laughter, only silence.
But y'all heard her say laugh at me, right? She didn't say, Jordan, when he's with me, we laugh together. Ha ha ha. She didn't know. I like to laugh at him.
Absolutely.
So when I'm upset, I just look at him and laugh. That's basically
No,
what she's
when I'm
saying.
upset, I don't want to look at you at all. Blinders up.
Whatever.
Because you're irritating.
That is perhaps, yeah, accurate. I'm gonna lie.
Okay, so today, here's
got?
some things we want to talk about. Okay. I got my itinerary ready. So, you know what? Let's talk about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Our first holiday within the holiday season, because we don't celebrate Halloween. Some of y'all do. It's not our thing. It's not our thing. So Thanksgiving, holiday season. Do you wanna talk about it? I feel like I'm facilitating and then you start and then I talk about it.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, so little premise. This was our first one by ourselves.
Yes, our first solo dolo.
Like
ever.
No family, no extended family, just us.
And the dog.
And Winter.
Yeah.
And the reason why we were by ourselves is because I tested positive for coronavirus.
He brought the COVID into my home.
COVID found me. Honestly, I did nothing different.
True.
Nothing different. I literally did nothing different.
Yeah.
That's why. It was so wild to even this have it happen and feel like it completely just changed how I interact with everyone and how everyone interacts with me.
I mean, it did. And thankfully, you experienced a milder case than a lot of other people. We've known people who have passed away from COVID or from complications due to COVID and things like that. So definitely grateful that yours was like a little cough, a lot of snifflings. I was about to say sniffles, and a little pressure in your head, whatever. But you weren't like, the flu could have had you worse.
Yeah,
in the
for
bed.
sure.
So that's thanks be to God.
Yeah. So that was the main reason why we had to be isolated.
Yeah.
By ourselves. But that aside, honestly, I really felt like not like nothing changed, but I still felt the family love, the phone calls, the getting to interact with you for the almost his first time. That was so wild. No, but just like we normally don't like throw it out in the kitchen like that or whatever. We cooked, we cooked together, we helped each other's stuff out, and we just made this whole hoopla, and it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Passion Palette for being the center of our meal, and we just made surrounding foods.
We ended up making a whole nother meal. Basically.
We really did. It wasn't okay. We have a lot of food left over.
So much food in this fridge, and there's two of us.
Yeah,
and we can't share it because I'm still positive.
So we plan to put some things in the freezer for a rainy day, but yeah, I guess with this solo dolo Thanksgiving, it was weird. It was enjoyable, but it was kind of strange. I'm raised in a big family, and what other people would call extended family is more like my immediate family because we were all raised together. And so holidays is for us. We hang out and just chill and jokes and eat and jokes and make fun of each other and just like so much fun. So for this to be my first Thanksgiving, just me and you, I mean, not to say you are my family now, it's us against the world. However, that's the upbringing,
Yeah, for you.
That's the family habit. Thanksgiving is our Christmas.
Yeah, for you.
Yes. For my family, Thanksgiving is a big deal. So it was weird to just be really separate. But I enjoyed my time with you, husband. It was nice.
It was very.
Yeah, we worked until our feet swelled, and then we sat in the couch and did nothing else.
So I don't know about you guys, if for those of you who actually like cook a lot or you cooked a lot for Thanksgiving, but when you prepare the food and when you make the food, when it comes time to actually eat the food, you
Child.
really don't eat. Like, so if you know me, I can eat. And especially on Thanksgiving.
It's called greed.
It is not called greed.
Gluttony is a sin.
Gluttony is a sin, and I
And
know
you
my
dwell in
limits.
it.
I know my limits.
When church opens up, go to the altar.
No. Oh, you go to the altar. Anyways, but yeah, like, so love to eat, but like, and my plate was stacked.
Yeah.
And his plate was just as stacked.
You know, he also didn't really eat. Like we had breakfast and then we just went to work, like
Yeah, all
cleaning
day.
up, cooking, and by the time it was time to eat, I was just like, yo, I am exhausted. And then we ate and then
We didn't even finish the first plate. I'm disgusted with myself.
no, that's your own problem. I never finish my first plate. I don't eat
On
that
a regular
much.
plate.
But you know what? I don't need this. Anyway, we didn't finish our plates.
No.
And
like-
then we made room for pie.
So pie and cheesecake, like Cakes by Jay. Oh my gosh.
Cheesecake is my favorite type of cake.
But this cheesecake by Cakes by Jay is probably the best cheesecake I've had in my life.
It's my standard.
Yeah.
I love cheesecake.
Anything below this is like store brand
Yeah.
cheesecake or whatever.
That's
So
good.
we had room for that for the dessert, but we barely touched our food.
Yeah, definitely. Didn't go back to it until the next day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so then within this, I want to talk about expectations because holidays, expectations come up. And I had this grand plan of all the things that I want to get accomplished for the holiday, especially knowing that we were going to spend it just ourselves. So I was like, oh, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to clean this. I'm going to set this up. And then we're going to cook and be mad cute. Might do a little makeup, whatever. And like build up the whole mental picture of what you want it to be like.
Yeah.
And then when reality punches your mental picture in the face, how do you deal with that?
That is an amazing question.
I was struggling with it. I didn't struggle as much as I usually do. The Lord stepped in, but expectations are hard.
No, because, and so here's why I feel like expectations are hard to navigate when they don't come to pass or like they don't amount to what you think they should be.
Right, like how you build it up in your head, they don't match.
Yeah. It's a huge reality check for real. It's like you really paint this picture. So in my head I'm thinking about marriage, right? And like when you're growing up or when you're engaged, you're like, oh man, marriage is gonna be like this, we're gonna laugh at this, we're gonna have fun, be on our own, real independent, and we have this whole picture of what we feel like marriage is gonna be like. And then once you're actually married, and especially after the honeymoon phase, it's just like, wait, you do what?
But you know what? Some people don't even realize that they had this built up expectation in their mind until it's shattered by the reality. Like they even try to adjust it, fix it, adapt the reality to the mental picture and just be like, no, this is how it's gonna be. It's gonna be like this. It's like, no, this you can't change people.
No.
Only the Lord.
You cannot change people.
I cannot change Jordan.
And I cannot.
Careful.
I cannot
Easy. Careful.
change this woman over here.
Wow, I have a name.
You do have a name. Nydia, I cannot change you.
Why you said it like that? That was gross.
So and you listening, you cannot change anyone. Like,
but
like,
what was a expectation you had of marriage that was not met, and that you had to adjust your mental picture?
okay, honestly, one of the first ones that come to mind are taking care of our dog. Our dog Winter.
Winnie.
So when Nydia got her dog in like August, I want to say like 2 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
3 years ago.
My
And
girl.
basically like when Nydia and I actually started talking and became a thing, she had already got her new dog.
Yes.
Right?
My one and only.
One and only. Mind you, I love this dog. I do. Why are you laughing? I do. I really do. And no, I don't care for all the people that know me and my interactions with my dog. I love my dog. I really do. And now the thing is, when we went through premarital counseling, we had like written down certain things that we want to do, like as far as like things around the house, things that we don't like to do.
Yeah, it was like the expectations of chores or taking care of the home or whatever, and just like splitting it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when it came to our dog, I immediately was like, that is you. That is your job. I mean,
it's your dog. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
the dog he loved.
I just came from a certain type of Caribbean home. There was no pets.
Same.
I didn't want no pets.
I love my dog.
I didn't grow up with pets, and as much as when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I want a dog, and my dad was like, sure, and then we never got a dog.
Parents lie.
They do lie, but that's another day. That is another topic. But seriously, it's like I didn't want pets. I didn't, to this day, like if Winter wasn't here, it's like I don't want another pet. I don't want
to get into this. I don't want to get into this is a constant flowing conversation that Jordan just dipped his toe into just now about, more animals or another animal. He just doesn't see my side on it. So.
Oh no, I see it.
So I don't want to engage.
No. I see your side.
I'm good on that.
Mm-hmm. You good on that?
But expectations.
Yeah. Like I was saying, so my expectation was that she would have taken care of Winter more, but through this, honestly, and not even like putting anything on Nydia, like it's her fault for anything, but like sometimes things change. Like, oh, we gotta walk the dog. It's nighttime. I don't want my wife to be walking the dog in this neighborhood, even though it's a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's just dark. It's just, I'd rather me do it.
And there were times where I do, or at that time, I'm not speaking now. Pregnancy is a totally different beast.
No, and you got to pass. Let it be known. Like there's no.
Yeah, no hard feelings. But before I was engaging with Winter in walks and feeding. To this day, I still am the groomer of Winter. That is still my...
Yeah, that won't change.
Exactly. So that's still me. But for the other ways of taking care of her, it would just work out that Jordan just ended up doing it more and more till I didn't fight for it to be my chore to do. Yeah. But then on the other end, on my side,
Talk your talk.
In the same marital counseling, Jordan enlightened me that, he finds dishes relaxing. They help to clear the mind.
That's where I talk to the Lord.
Oh, yeah. So my question is, If you talk to the Lord there, have you talked to him lately? Does he remember your voice?
Yes, he does.
My God. Call him up. Call. But, and I express in the same counseling that dishes is not something that I enjoy. I can do it. We're Caribbean. You learn how to wash dishes properly. Not my favorite to do. I do not find it relaxing. I do not talk to the Lord there. Don't want to do it at all. But however,
Satan talk to you while you're washing dishes. Try to wash these stink dishes.
not Satan. Sometimes the flesh talk a little, but nah. But yeah, it just so happens that as we settle into our flow living together, there were times, a lot of times, where I end up doing dishes of my own free will
Hey.
because Jordan decides to not have his devotions over the dishes.
So she said free will, right?
Because it's dirty and in the sink.
Okay.
And I'm not always going to say, Jordan, could you wash the dishes?
Exactly.
I want you to get up and say, I think I should wash the dishes.
And you know what? I'm like, oh, I'm going to wash the dishes. Just not right now.
Just not today. Just not tomorrow.
No, like, so, yes, okay, yes. In my honesty and transparency, I definitely don't wash the dishes as frequently as I should.
Give a percentage.
No. She's trying to have me in these streets looking crazy. Talking about, Joe, you better do them dishes when you get home. Hey, mind yours. All right, people? Mind yours. No, but like, honestly, I don't do it as frequently as I should.
Or as you thought you would have in the beginning.
Yes.
Because the
That's
mental
true.
picture.
That's true. And this also goes back with expectations. It's like, so if my expectation was that we're in this partnership together, right? And again, and marriage is not 50-50, it's 100-100.
Yes.
So if there's something lacking on your side, it's not my job to look at it and be like, so are you not going to do this thing?
I mean, that's hard not to do.
No. Which is true.
Yeah.
And so in that same space, it's like, I feel like, oh, you should be doing this, but you're not doing it, and it's only so long that this thing cannot get done.
Right. So
then I end up doing this, and for you, it's you can't look at the dishes for too long and expect me to do it, even though I can have a plan in my head. Especially as men, we always have our times table. Women don't like our times table.
It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense to them. But hey, sometimes things don't get done. We're gonna get them done, but in our time.
I think you should speak for yourself, Jordan. I don't think the men will match the words that you're saying.
You don't want them to match it.
No. They have proven to not match it.
No.
I think, okay, this is something that I expressed to Jordan pretty early, and I feel like we've been doing a good job in this area. I would say, okay, Jordan, do you plan on washing the dishes today? Because they're kind of piling up. He'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. I say, okay, cool. Can you let me know your times table? Like, let me in on your schedule for your chill. Because now when Jordan comes home, he just want to chill. He want to vibe. And there are things that go into that category. So I'm like, okay, so just let me know. Like, he's like, all right, before I go to bed, I'll do dishes. Now, before Jordan goes to bed, a lot of other people are already sleeping for a couple hours sometimes. So
Hey.
I had to learn that his going to bed is much later than mine. So I'm like, he said he's going to do it before he goes to bed. Now, if I wake up tomorrow and you did not fulfill your own words, we have a problem.
And that's 100% valid.
Yeah.
It is valid. And there's nothing that I could say, like, and it could have been an honest mistake or whatever, but the fact of the matter is that I told you that I was gonna get something done
Yeah.
in a certain space, and you agreed to
Well,
what I said
yeah.
was what was gonna happen.
I believed you. Because I told you, if you say it and you don't do it, you're a liar. That's how I feel.
Hey,
Like,
you're not wrong.
I didn't make the timetable. You made the timetable.
Right.
Unless, and of course, there are, certain circumstances. If you get a tummy ache, you hurt yourself, you got a headache, I'll allow those things. I'm like, oh, you weren't feeling well. Okay. But I'm still not going to do the dishes because you still said you're going to do the dishes.
That's true.
So when you feel better, go ahead and attack the sink.
Take some ginger ale and put that Ajax on.
Right. But then also, like with our sink, I don't know, this turned into a whole dishes thing. But you know what? I've learned that dishes are a major stumbling block to a lot of marriages, chores, things like that.
Yeah.
Dishes are an issue. But yeah, our sink sometimes it'll smell or the buildup. Listen, we figuring it out. Just know that you need to learn rhythms, and expectations are hard because the people in your head don't play their role in real life. So the Jordan in my mental picture does not do reality Jordan. They don't match all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm frustrated because I anticipated your reaction or your response to be this.
Right.
But you don't do that. So I'm just like, why aren't you following the script?
Not me.
Why aren't you listening? You're not paying attention to your cues.
Right. And honestly, it's like I said before, it's like when it comes to expectations, it's really more of a faith thing. You hope that this person acts and responds the way that you expect them to, but it's not always the case.
But then how do you deal with them not doing that?
So this is very good. I'm glad we're going here. So honestly, one of the things is grace, for sure. And
I don't like grace all the time.
because it means you gotta be humble. And
well, if you want things to work.
Say again?
I said, well, you're using grace and you want to be humble. Oh, shut up. And you want to be humble if you're looking for a certain type of result. So we love Jesus.
We do.
And he's the king of our castle. And so to please him, a lot of times I am trying to give grace to Jordan, or as my mom would say, find no fault in him before the actual faults have shown themselves.
Okay.
So like, I know that there's a possibility that you're not going to do what you said you were going to do. And so I already have that there to kind of help balance out my emotions. So I'm not as devastated or as upset or as annoyed, because I have to see the humanity in it, that you're not a superhero, and even superheroes suck sometimes. And so I got to just live in that, and that's kind of hard. It is really hard, especially for a person like myself who, if I hit an emotion, I'm in it. But those more negative emotions are very hard to bring me out of.
Yeah.
So like when we talk about being a flat balloon, I feel like we should title this Flat Balloon. But for me, with my emotions, when I'm not in it, it's very hard to build me back up to a 5.
Yeah.
If I hit a 3, you might just have to deal with the 3 for the next hour and a half.
Yeah. So Nid's back. Oh gosh, what's it? What is it called?
What?
Bounce back.
Ah, yes. I don't have that.
No.
My basketball is flat.
It is flat.
It needs air for sure.
Oh gosh.
But I'm much better than I used to be.
Oh yes.
So a lot of people
growth.
Shut up. Jordan can feel type of way and either avoid the negative feeling for his bounce back, or he can deal with it. He weighs out, is this going to affect my evening? I'd rather have fun doing this. I forget the sadness. I'm all right. And he'll bounce back. I am not like that.
She's not like that. I don't know if I liked how you described that. I don't know if I like it.
But we talked about this the other day, because Jordan was like, oh, we said you were like full of 90% joy or something. Like you live your life being joyful. He was like, I was almost there. I was almost at perfection of joy. And I'm just like, man, shut up.
Yo.
You a liar to yourself.
If you know me, I'm very optimistic.
I know that he's happy.
And I'm happy and joyful.
Yeah.
Haha.
But I had to explain. I was like, but Jordan, there are a lot of times where you feel things other than joy, but you kind of just like weigh your options. Do I want to deal with this right now? Is it worth the stress? Is it going to mess with my plans? And then he'll just toss it aside.
Sometimes.
You just don't like the word avoidance.
No, I don't like the word avoidance.
But people do avoid emotions and put in their pocket for another time. Or never. Or in their pockets rip. And then they explode.
It ripped and exploded? Lord. But no, that's very true. I feel like there's definitely times where it's like certain emotions require conversations. So I know for Nydia and I, one thing that we do a lot is communicate when we're not with something, or
I try really hard.
She tries more than me.
Shame on you.
No, but again, now the reason why you try more than I do is because for me, I like to give grace a lot, and sometimes I don't want to bring up something to then make her feel away, and then she won't bounce back for the next 4 hours, 5 hours, and now the time that I wanted to spend with my wife is now ruined.
Dark.
I'm like, okay, if I bring this up, which yes, I agree that it needs to be said, but there's times where I just can't bring myself to say it at the time, because I know that it's going to bring about a conversation or bring about an emotion from you that does not favor the outcome of the day or the night or whatever. Mind you, yes. I see you. She getting ready to talk, but no, I'm still going.
I wasn't gonna say anything bad.
No, I know.
Sheesh.
But
touchy.
But there are times where risk where like the weighing of the options come to play, because I might have had grace like for the month of November, then December comes and the same thing is done. I have to then tell myself, okay, I have to speak about this and in love, because if I don't speak in love, I'm going to speak with the intensity of the amount of times that you did me wrong, quote unquote.
Right.
And which is not okay.
No. So
that's my line that I tell, but thank God I'm 90% joyful.
You're a fraud.
I am not a fraud.
I will give you that you are 90% more joyful than I. Even though I laugh more than you on the podcast.
Because you're a fraud. Fraudulent behavior.
I don't know when that became like a thing that we say, but just fraudulent behavior, we've been using that a lot.
I think I say it because of you.
Oh, you definitely say it because of me, because I've been abusing that. Because I feel like people have been frauds. Anyway.
Yikes.
Back to joyful expectations, etc., etc. But yeah, I'm wondering if you would communicate the wrongs done to you faster if my bounce back was faster. But then in the way I said it, it makes it seem like it's my fault, and it's not, because you should communicate.
It's two-way street.
No.
Give and
I
take, give and take.
communicate
You
whether
do.
we gonna have a bad night or not.
Oh wait, no. What you do, what Nydia does, is if she's feeling away, she will shut down first.
I'm communicating with myself first.
Yes, as you talk to yourself, you shut down, and I visibly see it, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong. And we're gonna at some point she's gonna bring it up. When, I don't know, but she'll bring it up.
That's the mystery of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I bring it up within good time.
Now we've gotten to a much better place.
We've been married for a year.
Yes.
We've been together for 3.
Dang, it's really been 3.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, dating, engagement, marriage. Yeah, wow. Praise God.
Feels like 10.
Oh, it definitely feels like 10.
But I bring it up when I'm ready to have a controlled conversation that will bear good fruit. So we haven't had a fight of yelling or barking.
We don't yell.
I'm louder than you as a person.
As a person.
But
we don't yell though.
Within our 3 years, I feel like I've adapted my communication to meet you at your whisper.
That's right.
So irritating. It's literally so annoying. But yeah, when we're annoyed or whatever, it's more like disgusting facial expressions, because we both do it. Just be mad rude, just like, what? Like, what is wrong with you?
She hates my facial expressions.
Because they're rude. And then he acts like, oh, but I didn't say anything wrong because I'm joyful. But your face is dark and disgusting.
You don't know what I'm thinking.
Well, it showed up on your forehead.
It's a big forehead.
Your eyebrows have a lot to say.
There's a lot of eyebrows there
Oh,
too.
goodness. But yeah, I feel like it's something that we're still navigating, and there's definitely been growth. But we learn, what were we talking about today? Just about like boundaries and like learning where's the most you can go before like disrespecting your partner, I feel like. Because we were talking about with like jokes or like there's certain, me and Jordan very much know like where we cannot cross, like at all. Like I know where I can poke and you would have good humor about it. And I also know like where the areas are that you would feel disrespected, you know. Yeah. And we're never in the disrespectful areas. But then on my end, you know where you can poke, but then know that you're getting into the realm of sensitivity where there is no bounce back.
No.
Only trauma and bad thoughts.
Yeah, and that's why most of my jabs to you are clapbacks. So it's
because you don't want to start it.
I mean, again, that's not even like I like to mess with you, but I also like to make sure that I don't
mess it up.
No, oh yes, that's very true. Very true.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how we are. With expectations are hard to manage. I say just take your time. If things don't work out the way you planned, try to find a way for an aspect of your mental picture to still be covered. So like with Thanksgiving, I wanted to enjoy my day. I wanted to enjoy my dinner with you. And so out of all the things that I wanted to accomplish, at least we were able to clear the table, sit down, take showers, put on nice clothes, and have a cute dinner.
Yeah. And again, I think sometimes we need to shape our expectations in a better way. So my expectation could have been, I want to do this, and this, where my expectation should have been, I want to enjoy the day, like you said.
Yeah.
So no matter what happened in the day, if time got away from us or things didn't go the way we had planned,
Right.
my expectation was that I'm gonna enjoy this day with you regardless.
Yeah.
So if that happened, no matter how it happened, it's a win.
Yeah.
So I think one thing that we could do is also try to shape our expectations better.
Yeah. Make it more manageable.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That was good.
Yeah. Hit me with a random question.
Okay. Random question time. Jordan, which of the 5 senses would you say is your strongest?
I would say my sight.
Feel like you can see things.
No, yeah, super. So growing up, I always thought that it was like a superpower, that I would see things and notice things that I feel like people didn't notice and see. Whether that was good or bad, that's a different conversation. But I honestly think that
So
I'm
your
able.
sight.
So yeah, my sight. I notice things like, so I pick up on like how like winter could be. I'm like, something's a little different with her today because I noticed that she's da 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 da. Or for you, it's like I'm looking at you and I know that something's not wrong, but something's on your mind. And so like things like that, and not just in those things, but like literal things like
visual. Yeah.
So there's kids running around. Oh, there's a cord. I already see it. I already know it.
Busted forehead.
It's like, and like I've grown to where now I actually kind of do something about it.
Oh, that's nice.
Because a lot of times it's like,
he would just look and not say nothing. What a shame.
I should have stopped that. Next time.
And I told him, in this household, you need to say something.
Yeah. Because I'm
hate
probably
Don't talk anymore. I don't want to talk to
I'm
you.
probably the one that's gonna end up having to clean up or fix it or whatever.
Cannot stand you. For me, I would say, I think my hearing.
Yes.
I think my hearing
for
is my strongest sense. I hear things everywhere.
The mother
to my own detriment at times. Yeah.
Hear that.
I'd be in bed. I hear something creak. I'm like, Jordan, go check the door.
First of all,
I'm not dealing with it.
Nighttime be different.
Nighttime sounds are the worst.
I don't know why nighttime want to act different than regular times. Like why the floor wasn't creaking like this in the daytime.
Right.
Foolishness
for true. But yeah, so that's our podcast today.
Yeah.
We went a little longer for you guys. Hope you enjoyed our banter.
Yeah, haven't hit our max though. Max is 45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, max is 45.
Oh, I wasn't
Minimum
sure
is
if
30.
it was going to cut us off. But yeah. So thank you for joining us. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, so please, if you're listening to this, let us know what your thoughts are.
Yeah,
let us know what you want to hear. Like, hit our DMs on Instagram with some topics.
Yeah.
Remember, @1couple2creatives. And you can find us on most platforms right now.
Yeah. And
Apple,
we're there.
Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon.
Yeah.
We going.
Like us, comment, subscribe.
Leave a review.
Yeah.
Hopefully
tell a
it's
friend.
5 stars.
Let us know. Let us know what's up. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
We did another one.
We did.
And I'm less flat. You were supposed to give me a little something just now, but you didn't. Forget you. I'm deflating. Goodbye.
Later, guys.